Tonight at 10, with just hours left to get everyone out of Afghanistan, the U.S. is bracing for more potential terrorist attacks in Kabul. And Kuwait, looking to increase its vaccination rate, is turning to a church to lead people to get shots. That's all coming up at 10. We are following a developing story out of Afghanistan tonight. A security alert has been issued at the Kabul airport, asking all U.S. citizens to leave the area immediately. Tonight's breaking news comes on the heels of what the Pentagon is calling a successful drone attack in retaliation for Thursday's deadly bombing at the airport. Military leaders tonight say they're ready to take even more action.
The threats are still very real. They're very dynamic, and we are monitoring them literally in real time. And as I said yesterday, we're taking all the means necessary to make sure we remain focused on that threat stream and doing what we can for force protection.
This is new video tonight in the aftermath of yesterday's strike. Pentagon officials say they killed 2 high-profile ISIS targets. The president says the U.S. plans to complete its withdrawal by Tuesday. But Biden released a statement today echoing the Pentagon, saying the threat of the attacks on the Kabul airport remain high. Biden says he's been informed by his commanders that an attack is highly likely in the next 24 to 36 hours. Meanwhile, we are learning more about the 13 U.S. service members killed in Thursday's attack. You're looking at pictures right now of Navy corpsman Maxton Soviak and Corporal Dagan Page. The Pentagon released the names of all of those killed earlier today. Afghan officials say more than 160 people died in the attack. Well, next at 10, family and friends in Fenimore are making sure veterans get recognition in the recognition that they deserve. Tahalil Mohodin joined the group for a rededication ceremony this morning.
This street in Fenimore is getting some new signage thanks to one veteran's proud daughter. And though the changes may be small, the impact is pretty big. Tammy Derrickson's wish to see the honorary signs upgraded on 12th Street, better known as Memorial Drive, is coming true.
54 years have gone by, and the city of Fenimore still remembers my dad.
In 1970, the city first dedicated the street to 3 young servicemen who were killed within a year of one another in Vietnam. A community tragedy that for families still feels like it was yesterday.
It's just something you don't forget, and you don't want to forget it either.
But for people who aren't personally connected to these men, remembering isn't always easy.
Because people are moving away, that know the story, they're passing away or whatever, so I didn't want the story to get lost.
The story is about Donald Smith, Pete Novinska, and Francis Mulvey, 3 friends who grew up together on the same street, and a community that continues to honor their courage.
It means that people didn't forget. And sometimes I think we all think nobody gives a damn. But obviously they do.
The new signs, unlike the old ones, feature the names of all 3 men, the dates they died, and a dedication in their honor.
So that if somebody would walk by or drive by, they would have something to start with.
There are 3 of these new signs in total, and as for the old signs, those are being given to the families of the fallen men. In Fenimore, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
Well, to weather now, here's a look of the capital from our Edgewater Skycam. Chances for some storms overnight, and as we head into Sunday, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Austin Kopninski.
And you know, outside right now, it's still so warm and so muggy that the current temperature right now is likely going to be higher than what it is from Monday and beyond in the extended forecast. So it's still very toasty out here at 83 degrees. We're expecting a high temperature of 85 tomorrow, and then after that, we're not going to see 83 degrees in the forecast as the temperatures continue to drop. But again, very warm outside right now. I'm working up a sweat just literally standing here right now. But you take a look at our Doppler track, and it is showing the development of some showers and thunderstorms in our northernmost communities. That's where we have our best chance to see some shower and thunderstorm action here for tonight. Most of us, however, will get through the nighttime hours without seeing those showers and storms. Earlier today, we also saw some storm activity here in southeastern Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Most of that has now moved out of the area as we're looking to stay dry again, even in the Chicago and Milwaukee areas. But then you take a look at our high temperatures today, 91 degrees. It was a scorcher outside, and not only that, it was very muggy. Current temperatures have fallen into the 70s and 80s for most of us, but it was still very, very warm out there here not too long ago. Now, it does look like over these next 12 hours, we're going to see those temperatures falling back down into the middle to low 70s. Only a low of 73 degrees tonight, but we will cool things back down. When will that happen? I'll have an update coming up.
Thanks so much, Austin. Topping our virus headlines, if you're having a hard time getting your hands on an at-home COVID test, you're not alone. Abbott Laboratories says its supply of the at-home tests may be constrained in the coming weeks as demand grows to unprecedented levels. A spokesperson says they're scaling up manufacturing as the Delta variant becomes the dominant strain. Right now, the test is out of stock for online orders via Walgreens and Kroger. Well, an antibody treatment that was shelved earlier this year because it was ineffective against COVID is now being brought back to the market. The U.S. paused distribution of Eli Lilly's dual monoclonal antibody treatment in June because it wasn't effective against the Beta and Gamma variants, but studies show it is working against the Delta variant. As new COVID cases rise throughout the state, so do efforts to find ways to get those who are most hesitated vaccinated. Adam Duxter explains how one Rock County community is doing their part.
So I want you to put your arm at your side and be nice and relaxed with your shoulder.
For Travis Phillips,
I just thought it would be safer for myself and for my family.
This is a moment months in the making.
Even though I had such strong reservations about it, and I think part of me even still does. But the overlying part of this, the bigger picture for me was the safety of myself and my family.
Today, Travis and his wife, Lisa,
No COVID in the past 10 days.
made the decision to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
Because you see people very sick, and I don't want that. And I don't want that for him either.
And the two weren't alone in waiting. Their neighborhood, surrounding Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Beloit, has vaccination rates just over 30%, the lowest in the county and among the lowest in south central Wisconsin.
When we started as a church looking at the numbers coming out of Beloit as far as vaccination rates, we became concerned. And so the question comes, what can we do?
To plan for today's event, the church, along with SSM Health, sent out over 600 postcards in multiple languages. And while just a handful of people came out today,
That's 7 more people that were not vaccinated before today. So we take that as a total victory.
a victory not just for the church,
And then this is yours.
but for the people getting the shot too.
You have to weigh what's important to you. And in this case, my family, I felt that they deserved everything I could do to keep them safe.
We've been married 35 years, so kind of want to be around a couple.
In the city of Beloit, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
Phillips says while he had reservations about the vaccine, the full FDA approval earlier this week was enough for him to feel comfortable getting the shot. Well, in more local news, a crash last night at Madison's International Speedway sent 2 people to the hospital. 2 of the race cars collided and then hit a truck on the track, which then rolled over, leaving 2 people inside the truck hurt. They are both expected to be okay. Well, 1 person died in a single car crash in Greene County last night. It happened on State Highway 78 in the town of York. Officials say the car drove into a ditch and turned over several times. The driver's name is not being released right now. The crash remains under investigation. Well, Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells is still closed tonight due to what the casino is calling a system issue. The problems first started on Thursday, and it forced the Dells Casino to close yesterday as well. Ho-Chunk Gaming says the rest of its locations around the state, including one in Madison, are still open. The casino plans to provide an update tomorrow morning on its Facebook page. Well, next at 10, hundreds of voting rights activists gathered in our nation's capital today to mark the landmark date in American civil rights history. Today is the 58th anniversary of the March on Washington, immortalized by Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. Several marches for voting rights were held across the country today. Activists talked about the struggle against voter suppression still being as real now as it was 6 decades ago. Since last November's election, 48 states, including Wisconsin, have introduced legislation to restrict the ability to vote. Well, bearing it all on the bike trail. After the break, some family-friendly highlights from this year's World Naked Bike Ride as it makes its return to downtown Madison. Plus, Ida moving through the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to share some incredible new images of the storm as it nears New Orleans. Next.
You know, kids, when I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. We had average cars that drove on average roads.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
At Pick and Save, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. But just because you can't get any higher than perfect 10 produce, that doesn't mean that we won't try. Because Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I'm so glad you're okay, Sergeant Houston. This is Sam with USAA. Do you see the tow truck?
Yes, thank you. That was fast.
Sergeant Houston never expected this to happen, or that her grandpa's dog tags would be left behind. But that one call got her a tow and rental, paid her claim, and we even pulled a few strings, making it easy to make things right. That's what we're made for. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Get a quote today.
Whoever made this weird nugget gave up hope. But whoever made Arby's new 100% chicken breast nuggets really cares. A lot. The most. 2 for $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
You know, kids, when I was your age, we didn't have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with intelligent all-wheel drive. We had average cars that drove on average roads.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models.
A local high school wrestling coach, breaking barriers in her profession, is now battling the biggest opponent of her life, the drive that keeps her going, and the community behind her in the 608. Monday on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, after a one-year hiatus, the World Naked Bike Ride has returned to Madison. Today's ride, with bikers bearing as much as they dare, went all around the city. The route isn't made public, but there was a public viewing spot at a local park. One spectator we talked to shared why they would never join the ride, but needed to check out those who did.
I've heard about this race many years, and I've never been able to see it or cheer them on, so I thought today was the day. Well, I'm a pretty open person when it comes to this kind of thing, and I thought, good for them.
I love that she had a chair that she was sitting in for this ride. Organizers say the ride supports messages of independence from fossil fuels and automobiles, as well as body positivity images. We continue our back-to-school coverage tonight with how schools in the Madison School District are trying to tackle racism head-on. District leaders tell us they're trying to take a daring new approach during a time when schools are under a great deal of scrutiny. This year's budget lays out a plan to dismantle white supremacy culture, understand present-day systems of oppression, and committing to becoming an anti-racist organization.
Our education system up until, historically has been very Eurocentric, and we are trying now to really center the experiences of all of our student groups.
Our Chris Stanford has been looking into what this will look like in the classroom. You can watch his special report Monday on News 3 Now this morning. Well, beginning tomorrow, thousands of new Badgers are moving into campus residence halls. That means a handful of downtown streets are going to be closed. Among them, Park Street from University Avenue to Langdon Street, and on Dayton Street from Lake Street to Park Street. The closures will be in place from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. on Thursday. We'll take a look at this. New pictures tonight of Hurricane Ida from astronaut Megan MacArthur at the International Space Station. MacArthur tweeted the pictures and said that she's hoping everyone in its path stays safe. Ida is gaining strength in the Gulf of Mexico, forcing evacuations in New Orleans on the 16th anniversary of Katrina. Well, speaking of weather, let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Austin Kopninski.
And we will start with talking about that hurricane that's right now lying in the Gulf of Mexico, and it continues to track towards New Orleans right now. You can really see that well-defined eye currently as well, which is not good news because that means that this storm is continuing to intensify, and we have seen that even over these last few hours. But what we're also looking at, some of these outer bands starting to make their way near land. Now, even those outer bands can pack a punch of heavy downpours, large hail, isolated tornadoes, very strong winds. So even though it's not technically making landfall for quite some time, there are still going to be issues here, even as soon as later on tonight and tomorrow. Live lookout here currently, though, we're looking pretty good to go. Taking a peek at our Doppler track radar, we're still seeing the development of a few of those showers and weaker thunderstorms in some of our northern communities. Now, that's going to be a continuing trend over the next hour or two, and then we're going to see this clearing out. And then our next step that we're going to see is just some moisture out west that's going to try to sneak its way towards us here locally in those overnight and especially early morning hours for tomorrow. That looks to be our next best chance for showers and thunderstorms. Right now, these storms are raging out to our west, tracking towards Minneapolis, but it does look like that's where we also have that severe thunderstorm watch. Not quite for our local communities, however, as these again will lose steam in those overnight hours as it does track towards us. So that severe weather outlook does show that strong risk here out towards Minneapolis, but then it really sharply cuts off by the time it gets locally here to Madison. So we're really not expecting much, if any, severe weather here for tonight. Much of the same for tomorrow, as the only real risk is a marginal risk towards Milwaukee and Chicago. Right here in Madison, we should be good to go for tomorrow. And then Monday, we're not even talking about rainfall. We're going to actually stay dry with quite a bit of some sunshine. Taking a peek at our latest future track, this does show in those early morning hours some of those showers and thunderstorms out to our west, trying to sneak their way towards us. But again, watch what happens. Loses a lot of its steam. So most of us have that potential to see a shower, maybe an isolated thunderstorm as well. But generally towards the afternoon hours, we're going to do a good job of actually drying things back up. Still quite a bit of cloud cover early. Towards the afternoon, still some more cloud cover, but some sunshine does look like it's going to be breaking through here and there. And we still are in need of some rainfall. Drought monitor shows that moderate drought phase here for our communities. But overall, the rain chances really dwindle for these next few weeks. We're only looking at about a 10, 20, 30% chance each day. So we're not really looking at any major washouts here in this extended forecast. Then your temperature is 83 degrees right now. And again, it's past 10 p.m. and it's still 83 degrees right now. So it's very, very warm outside. Tomorrow's high about 85. And then we're looking at the lower 80s and upper 70s afterwards. A lot of sunshine, a beautiful week coming up. And the end of this forecast, we cool things down even further. 75 and even 73 on day 10, that following Tuesday. So we're really starting to see a cooling trend with this extended forecast.
I was going to say, my eyes went directly. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at that holiday weekend as well. It's going to be really nice, huh?
It's going to be absolutely fantastic as of right now. Still some things could change, but right now that initial forecast is looking beautiful.
That is good news. Thanks so much, Austin. New tonight, every 65 seconds, someone in America develops Alzheimer's disease. Those of us who have seen a loved one battle it know just how tough it can be. Christina Laurie introduces us to a local family who's trying to help make that fight just a little bit easier.
This weekend, Mum's the word, but this is no secret. It's the O'Malley's annual Mum's Sale, raising money and awareness for the Alzheimer's Association.
My dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's about 8 years ago.
Joanne's dad is one of more than 5 million Americans currently battling the disease, a number that's expected to triple in the next 40 years.
It's just sad to see, his retirement taken away, and then my mom's as well.
Alzheimer's is not only tough on people who have it, but their family and friends. 11 million people, including Joanne's mom, provide unpaid care.
I think he a lot of times remembers who we are, but not quite specifically how we fit in. Like, is she a daughter? Is she a spouse of one of my children?
The disease can also be confusing to total strangers. What do you say? What can you do?
With my dad, he'll crack jokes and they maybe don't make sense, but we just go with the flow.
Over the past 8 years, the O'Malleys have learned to be patient, compassionate, flexible.
And, he'll be telling us a story and you just got to agree with them and just go along with them and say, yep.
But also focused on doing their part to create a world without Alzheimer's.
That's kind of our goal, not only to raise money, but to bring awareness.
In Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
The O'Malley sale was supposed to run all weekend, but the family already sold out, selling 1,200 mums in less than 6 hours. That means they raised $7,500. If you'd still like to make a difference, you can sign up for Madison's Walk Against Alzheimer's in October. Well, the preseason is over for the Packers, and they did not get the results they were wanting up in Buffalo. We're going to hear from head coach Matt LaFleur next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I've never been more ready in my life.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Make your summer last during the Ford Labor Day sales event. Now is still a great time to buy a Ford. Choose from our F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 44 years. And from the freshest lineup of SUVs in America. It's the Ford Labor Day sales event. Drive one, buy one today. Right now, get a built Ford Tough F-150 XLT with 0% financing for 72 months. Hurry to see your local dealer during the Ford Labor Day sales event.
At Culver's, we never tire of crafting fresh frozen custard right in our restaurants.
As soon as I'm like, who wants Culver's custard? The kids are already running out the door.
Hello, everybody. Here's your custard. Always rich and creamy, always sure to put a smile on your face.
It's more than just a special treat. It's creating memories with my children and family time.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
Family time is custard time. Welcome to Delicious.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild. He just won the game. Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
Impossible. Zero Sugar Chobani is here. Zero Sugar Chobani has zero sugar?
Zero sugar.
Define zero.
And it's lactose free. Naturally.
And 60 calories?
Impossibly delicious.
Impossible.
Mom's gonna kill us.
Gorilla Super Glues.
Of course. Gorilla has a fix for every project. Original brush and nozzle and ultra-controlled gel for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I've never been more ready in my life.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
Green Bay hitting the road for the final preseason game. Matt LaFleur not calling any of the plays in this one with the Bills, but a major focus of the game, Jordan Love. Finally back in action after battling a shoulder injury for the last couple of weeks, but it wasn't all smooth sailing for J. Love. On the Bills' 21, he starts feeling the pressure and gets rid of it. But he's picked off in the end zone by Micah Hyde, and that leads to another Bills score. They didn't make it easy for the Pack to stay on either side of the ball. In fact, most of their starting defense out there this afternoon. Buffalo blanks the Pack 19-0 in the finale. Love finishes 12 of 18 for almost 150 yards with one interception.
I thought there was a lot of good things to build upon, but I think it's just one of those lessons that you have to learn in terms of how valuable the ball is. I mean, there's not a greater indicator than in determining wins and losses than the turnover battle. And you know, when you don't win it, you're gonna fight the odds of winning the football game.
The Brewers currently hold the 4th best overall record in the majors, but when it comes to the best road record, it's all Milwaukee, even with last night's loss. Brew Crew looking to even things up tonight with the Twins, but it's not looking so hot for them in the 4th inning. Adrian Hauser gets jammed up, and Miguel Sano jumps on this pitch, drives in 2. Well, 2 more bases loaded walks, and the Twins have a solid 4-run lead, but never count out the Crew. Able to cut the lead in half, Yelly comes up with a sac fly, while an error allows 2 more to come in, and it's a tie ball game. But the Twins go on to break it up in the 6th inning. They win it 6-4, and the series wraps tomorrow. Wisconsin volleyball is fresh off its first match and sweep of the season, taking down TCU in front of a packed field house Friday night. Badgers back at it tonight for their 2nd match of the Big 10 Big 12 Challenge, facing the 10th-ranked Baylor Bears. Wisconsin making their presence known early. Devin Robinson beats the block for the point. Dana Recchi, she's just dealing up front. Fires in the middle. Recchi leading the way in kills tonight with 14. Badgers take down the Bears in 4 sets to remain undefeated. Homestand continues this week when Dayton comes to Madtown for 2 matches. That begins Thursday night. And speaking of Badger Nation, it's being well represented in the Women's World Championship. Team USA taking on Japan in the quarterfinals, and headlining this game is a former Badger. Hillary Knight, after tying the women's record for most points by an American earlier in the game, she surpasses it with an assist in the 2nd period. And the previous record was held by Hall of Famer Cami Granado. Well, while a former Badger is making history, a current player is getting in the mix. Freshman Caroline Harvey nets her first Women's World goal. Team USA routs Japan 10-2. They advance to the semifinals, which will be Monday. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
For those who see everyone's safety as equally important, experience our advanced standard safety technology on a full line of vehicles. At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
All Denny's pancakes are made to order with fresh buttermilk, but this month's Spotlight Stack is a Patriot. Fresh, sweet, and full of freedom. New red, white, and blue pancakes. This month's Spotlight Stack. See you at Denny's.
Welcome to Toyota's National Sales Event.
Ooh, RAV4.
It's a great time to save on the 2021s while they last. Ooh, Venza. Toyota's got an exciting lineup to choose from.
Oh, Highlander, could you?
Oh, sure. You have to understand, it's the National Sales Event.
Right now, during Toyota's National Sales Event, get $750 customer cash on a new 2021 Camry, CHR, RAV4, Venza, or Highlander.
Hey, that's my line.
Toyota, let's go places.
Your pipes need to loosen up. Your furnace needs to chill out. No more Freon for your AC. You don't need a working ceiling fan. Nothing can stop me from causing problems in your home. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
That's right, Pesky. Your problems are plunged.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
We would never hit 12 drunk.
Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk. So you should never drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over.
New jets, new yachts, new hobbies. The ultra-rich got ultra-richer during the pandemic because Republicans in Congress have been working for them, protecting loopholes for tax-dodging billionaires instead of helping working people who'd benefit from a fair share tax plan that Republicans are trying to block. And Ron Johnson's one of them. The rich don't need new jets, but Wisconsin does need a new senator. MoveOn.org. Political action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You guys got any signal?
I've only got one bar, Dad.
Experience hybrid performance that takes you further.
Anything? I've got nothing.
Perfect.
at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Get all the latest back-to-school info from News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, a Rock County woman who has coached wrestling for nearly 2 decades and fundraised thousands of dollars is now facing a battle of her own, cancer. So a group of cosmetologists in Footville are doing something good for her by doing what they do best. Photojournalist Brian Troxel has their story.
It was a whole army to get this going. Kate's really done everything for the whole entire community. So it's time for us to do our part and give her back something that she deserves.
So your hair is pretty fine. Is it all one length right now?
All the help has been incredible. Some of the people have never even met her before. They're not even in our community, and they're like, hey, I want to help out. What can I do? I'm the only employee there, so all these other people came. They brought their chairs, donated their time, lots and lots of work.
30 minutes?
I've watched these people come together over and over again, so different to be on the other end of it. I guess I've always gotten involved in the community because of my passion and love for it, and when you know that you're surrounded by great people that do great things, like, you want to promote that, and so when you do that and then when you see it returned, I mean, I don't even know what other word there is, but incredible. I mean, these people are something else, and it's pretty neat to just see how, like, people don't even have to know you, but feel, like, connected and want to help.
Pretty darn cool story, and a really, really close-knit community there. So thanks so much, Brian Troxel. That was awesome reporting.
Yeah, good story right there.
Austin, let's get a look at our weather, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking at a very nice extended forecast. We still need to get through some shower chances. Now, generally late tonight, after midnight is whenever we have our best chance to see some showers and thunderstorms for most of us. Currently, we are seeing some of those showers and storms up north, but they're on their way out as of right now. And again, that next chance is generally going to be in the early morning hours for tomorrow. One more peek at our temperatures, only falling to the lower to mid-70s overnight, so it's going to be a very warm start to the day tomorrow. Pretty toasty afternoon with the mid-80s, but then look at this next week. Starting on Monday, the humidity drops off. Low 80s, upper 70s, sunshine, low humidity. No rain chances until we reach that next Friday. Really looking at a beautiful forecast.
Thanks so much, Austin, and thank you for tuning in tonight. Good night, Madison.